In today's video, I'm going to show you how to name your functions here in Google Sheets. Now let's say there's a formula or a function that you have been using repeatedly on your data. And there are times that you do forget what you used in this formula. Well, today I'm going to show you how you can add that formula or function and name it and use it whenever you need it. So here in my example, I have a bunch of data. We have the product name, the price, the brand, and the description. In this final column, I want to add a 10% tax on the original or base price right here. So basically what I'm going to do would be to select that cell, then multiply it by 10%. There we go. So that's 50 cents plus this base price. I'm just going to enclose this in parentheses so that I can add the plus sign and that original price again. And as soon as I do that, I have this formula with this result right here. If I press enter, there you have it. But while I was doing that, Google Sheets has already suggested that I add that formula as a function. So if we try and do that again, let's go equal sign. So if we continue with the same thing, B3 times 10% plus B3, we have this add new function suggestion that would say add as named function for easy reuse. Again, if you're going to be reusing this same formula, not just on this spreadsheet or any other sheets, adding this as a new function and naming it would definitely help you in future use. So we select this. If I click on this one right here, which would say add new function, it would open this one right here. So we have new name function panel on the right side, but if it's not being suggested to you, you can manually open this. Let's close this off by going to our data right here and selecting named functions. So that's under your named range and your randomized range. If we click on named functions right here, it will open the same thing. If you want to add a new function, just go to add new function here on the bottom left corner of that panel. So let's just click on that. Here we have it. We've basically opened the same thing. And what we're going to do here for the first part would be to name this function. So this one is pretty basic. It's quite simple. So what I'm going to name this would be plus 10 tax. There we go. Very straightforward. Next one would be our function description. So what does this function do? Basically, add 10% tax on base price. There we have it. Again, it's pretty straightforward. You basically describe what this formula or function does. Let's go to our argument placeholders, names that serve as placeholders for future inputs. We can do price here, press enter. If we input our formula definition, that is actually what we use right here. So I'm just going to copy that, paste it here, and we have the B3 suggestions. And that's going to be the one that we just put right there, which is the price. Define, and there you have it. So let's review what we have done. First, we renamed the function that we created. So that's plus 10 tax. The function description, it adds 10% tax on the base price. Name that serves a placeholder for future inputs. Now, this is optional, totally up to you. You can always input it after you put the formula definition. But the formula definition is what the actual formula is. So we have the price times 10% plus the base price. If we click on next, here we have our function preview, and that is what it's going to look like when you do try and use it on your spreadsheet. And for some additional details, you can always add them here, especially if it's a more complex function or formula. So if we are done, if there's nothing more to add here, we can just click on create. And there you have it. So any new named functions that you have will be listed right here. If I close this off and try and use it right here. So I'm going to use equal sign plus. You see, as soon as I've typed PLU right there, it would show that named function. If I click on it, we have the price. So all we have to do now is just add a price, which is right here on that cell. Press enter. And there you have it. It's as easy as that. We have successfully added 10% tax right here by using our custom named function. And there you have it. That's how you can name your functions here in Google Sheets. Thank you for watching this quick tutorial. Make sure to subscribe for more helpful videos, and I will see you in the next one.